All right, so good evening, everyone. My name is Banks, and I'm the founder of Good Elite News and also the lead analyst. And today we're going to be doing like a bit of back testing. I'll be looking at past trades that we took and the reasons why we took them and all of that, basically. So first off, most of the trades that we called last week on gold were buys in the Forex, signal room. Also, we trade synthetics. So the trades that we called, for synthetics and all too were, buy opportunities basically. Now we had like a bit of sales, and I'm going to be marking out the areas that we had like a bit of sales and our reasons behind those analysis and all. First off, the rule, I'm going to make it very short, simple, and precise. The rule is you're going to mark out this eye, which is the first thing to do. We're marking out this structural eye that is here, right? And then we're going to mark out another zone that is situated here. Now, why are we marking out this area? This area is going to signify a possibility for a reversal. I mean, this current zone that we are, okay? Now, this current zone that we are would signify a possibility for a reversal, right? Now, this current area, as you guys can only see it already, is is a possible area of where you can be expecting like sell bias. This particular zone that we have here now. Why? Because first the market, this is a far time frame where market created a possible, higher low here that created a new higher high here. Now, so if we then mark out this area, this is basically going to be a structural low, right? So then we have a scenario where market basically pushes down price below this area, right? Now, bear in mind that we have basically two types of break of structure. You can have a case scenario where you have an internal break of structure and an external break of structure. So if you want to basically take trades or mark out a key zone, that you have to pay attention to either a structural low that looks like an external one, or you mark out a structural high that looks like an external one. Those are areas where you can expect market to give you some sort of reversals. Now, the ones that are in between, like this one that is here, for example, can also signify maybe when market is about to do a change of character. So you can have a case scenario where market breaks below this zone. Now, this area that gold is per time is currently a possible reversal area, which means you can have a short-term sale. Market can, dump from here, come down a bit. But then, if you have a break above this current high that is here, you would most likely have a buy continuation all the way to at least for 326 region. Does that make sense? So now, we're going to be having a buy bias all the way to 4326 region. All right? If gold breaks above this current high that it is right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to mark out this zone that, okay, this is a sell possibility at this area. Now, what do I do? Now, you're going to put down your shorts. You mark out this current region. Now, this is an area to expect a sell from. However, which way. So you can always find a way to like minimize it. And also from there, this is an area where you can expect a short from. Now, from that area, if market should continue to push down price, just know that that sale is not going to last for long. But then, if it now continues to push up price and you paraventure have a break above around 42 to 39, which means you're going to have something like this where market creates, hold on. You're going to have something like where market does something like this, hold on. Market pushes up price, right? Breaks above this high, like this. Then the market should create a retest back into that region. You cannot tap in for the buy and then expect the market should push up price all the way to that zone. Does that make sense? So now you're not going to be targeting that, okay, the area that we're expecting would be the area that we'll be looking at for markets to basically buy from will now be that region that is there. So now you're not going to take out a long position, mark out this particular area, expect the buy all the way. You can now do something like this, and expect market to do what? Automatically buy all the way to that high. Now, yeah. Does that make sense? So now this is a sell opportunity area. If we then have a break above this high and then break it, then retest it back again, which is going to tap back into that high, we can expect the continuation all the way to the upside. So we have two buyers, a current sell opportunity, but if market basically fails to sell currently and breaks above that high, then at least we should be able to expect a long all the way to the upside. So that's that's basically a two-way setup for you. All right. Now bear in mind that this my explanation basically is not for beginners, it's advanced. So if you don't understand it, you're gonna have to like relax a bit. Okay. So this is like very advanced. Now, so this is like what I'm looking at least for this is what I'm gonna be expecting, to happen first, which means I'm expecting a case scenario where this plays out first. So should in case we have, another bias that is not this, well, once we see what it plays out next, that will determine what we're going to do. But if market continues to push down price, if market opens, this is a perfect area to take a sell from. But failure to, push down price from the current area that it is will result in if it pushes up price and break above this high, don't enter immediately, because you can have a situation where market breaks and now begins to dump. But if it breaks and then retests back into this area, maybe you can see like one retest, second retest, you can then take the buy all the way, expecting market to push up price to this high, and that's basically it. So now what did we do last week? So last week we had buy opportunities that we took. I mean, market did a bit of indecision here and there. But basically, we're still able to, tap in and then, get like quality buy opportunities that, we leveraged on. So we're able to, jump in on like buy trades here and there. And then, we expect the market to like push up price from normally, yeah, we had a case scenario. So normally, yeah, we had a case scenario around here, which means around this area, gold was, being a bit reluctant. And as it pushes price further, when it also got here, also, if you notice, when it got to this area, it tried selling for a bit here. Look at what I mean. So when market pushed up price to this area, if you see, it pushed up price here and then sold all the way down. It also pushed up price back into this area, this one. So it pushed up price back into this region and tried shorting. So as you can see, market came back into this area and it pushed down price. So now automatically, we've noticed that, okay, this area was an area where market reacted from, but still pushed up. So either way, markets can most likely also react from this region, right? Push down price for a bit and then create a continuation to the upside. But then we're able to, continuously take buy opportunities, and that was what we did. So now, if you basically want to join, I dropped all the information that you need to join in the Telegram channel. Let me quickly put the link in the caption. So I'm going to put the link in the caption below right now on this live, so you guys can join. So I'll put the link very soon so you guys can join. So I'm going to put the link in the caption right now, so you guys can go ahead and join the paste. So I sent it already. So we're currently 57 live participants. About 60 people are currently on the live. So now let's quickly check like two currency pairs to balance with this. So I hope this is as detailed as possible. Like I said, sell opportunity at this current area. Failure for market to basically create a continuation to the downside will result in a push-up momentum. Now, if market pushes up price and break past at least maybe 42-40 area, don't enter the buy immediately. Wait for a retest down back to around 42-32 area. Now, don't make sure that the retest is more than one. People like retest around this area twice. Make sure that you confirm that it is struggling to basically sell. Once you have that struggle there, then you can go ahead to take your buys and expect market to basically push your price all the way. And that's just it. It depends. Anyone works. I use Xauusd.com either way to do the analysis. Now, let's go to Gbpusd quickly. We are currently 60 live participants. Okay, 61. So So let's quickly go to, you're welcome. Let's quickly go to one more pair. So one more pair, let's test on GBPUSD. Don't worry, it's because you're still new here. All right, guys. So also a lot of you that are saying you are quite unfamiliar and all, we have what's it called? We have a boot camp, right? That we're going to be opening very soon, and I'm going to be updating you guys. But for some of you, you don't need to basically join the boot camp, and for some of you that haven't joined GD yet, you can actually access the book. I'll give you guys info on that. Let's concentrate on the trading part for now. Just relax, okay? Now, so the next thing we'll be focusing on is let's look at GBP I'm gonna be dropping some trades in the community, I'm gonna be dropping like the chart patterns for the trades in the community. So this is a 4-hour time frame, as you can clearly see. I think for this 4-hour time frame, if you see here, if you mark out this particular region, we'll see that we have something like this as a case study. Now, for this as a case study, you can then expect a short. Okay, we're almost 70 people. Road to say, let's see if we can do 70 before the end. So we're expecting markets to create at least a continuation to the downside from this region for GBPUSD. So now this is 4-hour time frame, bear in mind. You can then say you're expecting it to push down price all the way to this low. Can mark out that area that is there. I mean, let's see how far we can go with being right. This is 200 pips. Let's give it a bit of breathing space. Stop loss is, as you guys can see already, 59 pips. But market is already down here, so let me save this image. So yeah, so for GBPUSD, this is basically a 4-hour time frame, and as you can see on the 4-hour time frame clearly, okay, we're going to 70 people. So as you can see on the 4-hour time frame clearly, you would notice that first off, we're having consistent case scenarios where market has created lots of highs here, right? Market created one high here, second high here. But one thing that is consistent for those highs, if I were you, is that I noticed that those highs were giving a lower high, which market created this pattern here. Then it created another pattern here, right? Does that make sense? So market created another pattern here. And then, we now have another case scenario here, right? Representing, is giving a continuous downtrend kind of system. Do you guys understand what I mean? So now it's giving a downtrend, a continuous downtrend type of system, which means market is continuously creating, a downtrend. So for me, I would look at it like this. Okay, now that you've successfully done that, now what if we don't have a case scenario where market returns price basically into this high? How do we then tap into that space? Now we now have a system where, if you guys look at it clearly, now look at this quickly. Now we now have a system where gold created, I say gold, GBPUSD created a low here, right? And if you mark out this low, you notice that okay, we have this type of scenario. So markets, pushed down. Look at it. Look at this quickly. So markets got back into this region that is here, and then pushed down price for a bit. Does that make sense? So now, if we now drag this cursor down here, now you guys will notice something. Now, if you drag this down all the way to this way, so you notice one thing that something slightly similar almost happened here. So we have a low here and a low that got broken by this pushing down momentum. So it retests back into this region. We had opportunity for a continuation to the downside. Now, for me, I'm expecting to recreate exactly the same prototype that happened here for a continuation pattern down here again. Now, why? Because first off, we have a downtrend. Second of all, this is a 4-hour time frame, signifying that most of the lows on 4-hour time frame, at least the external lows on 4-hour time frame, are usually like a stronger one. So we are not going to key in into a support area, right? So, and the one that I'm seeing currently that is visible is this region that we have right now. So we can have, market pushing up price and at least reacting from there. But even if most likely we're going to have, market reacting from there. But if it fails to do that, I am still looking at GBP USD overall sell bias. Gold, as you guys saw already, the analysis that I did. For gold, we're going to be expecting for actually USD, we will be expecting possibility for a current sell. If market basically fails to sell from there, then we'll be expecting a break of this high, a retest back down, and it's, the retest should be like twice or struggling to basically push down, and then you can now take the bar all the way to that upside, and that's basically it. So the session was basically recorded. We had about 70 people on the live. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And we're gonna try to do this every Sunday. Hopefully, I have like enough time. But I'll also be uploading this on YouTube, which means you would have access to be able to like go watch it again if you missed it. So you can go watch it on YouTube. And then also this new week, right? We're gonna be trading from Monday to Friday again, and we'll be continuing the trading challenge. Last week was our day 1 to day 5, and this week now we're gonna be doing the day 6 to day 10. And you can also benefit from it, right? So all of the information that you need to follow is in the Telegram channel. I already dropped the link, in the chat that is here. So all you have to do is basically just follow through or send me a message. So I'm gonna drop my WhatsApp number right now. The support line 953595. All right. So I just sent the WhatsApp number there. Somebody said, good evening, sir. What about the layering strategy you always talk about? Okay. So the layering strategy, I'm going to upload it on YouTube tonight. It's only going to be accessible to I'm going to unlist it. So it will be accessible to just you guys that I give the link in the Forex Signal group or the Dev Signal group. So if you want to join, a community that genuinely wants you to grow, a community that is scaling themselves, you want to join people that are as goal oriented as you are. And also remember, guys, 2026 is literally less than 30 something days from now. And the most crazy thing about 2026 is that 2026 allows you to be able to set a 5-year plan of how you want your life to be or go to 2030. From 2030, you can also set a new 5-year plan. So it's a year that you can use to kickstart a proper momentum for yourself, and also predicting how you want the course of your life to go for like the next 5 years. So this is me putting it out to you that if you know you want to genuinely scale and grow, you know what to do. So basically, just reach out to us. We're going to sort you out as soon as we can. And I pray that God in his infinite mercy continue to protect you. And I pray that, all of your heart desires are granted. And I always say something that, as much as you guys need me, I also genuinely do need you. So when you're going out, ensure that you let people know where you're going. And, you try to stay safe at all times. Yeah, and that's just it, guys. So I'll see you guys some other time. Bye for now. And thank you so much for tuning in, and God bless you.